time and I'm frightened you're fine. Some things about life you subconsciously hide. Drink to get drunk and you smoke to get high. I'm not gonna lie, that used to be I. And I'm closer to find that point in life where I don't need a light in the dark so I can see. I can close my eyes and be free.
And welcome back to another review by Zombill. Hey my peeps and peepettes. This is going to be a little bit different of a review because I purchased a dripper not that long ago, and I just, you know, it kind of irks me whenever, you know, you make a purchase and it doesn't turn out the way that it should, okay? And you can never tell these things from photographs. So here's the thing, all right? This is on the Kamry X2. So I'm gonna show some photos of what the Kamry X2 looks like out of the box, and then I'm gonna take you in for a close look at what I had to have a friend of mine do to it to make it work the way that it should. That's the X2 right there on top of my Miranda's mod. That's what the finished product looks like after I had my friend do what needed to be done. But now I'm gonna, well, let's do a quick vape and then I'll take you in for a close look after we do the slideshow. Yeah, tons and tons of vapor production. So this thing definitely is well worth it. But the thing is out of the box, no. And I'm going to show you why. So here it comes. Okay, so this is the box that the Kamry X2 originally comes in. So just so you see what I'm referring to when I say how much you have to take and improve this atomizer to make it work. If you look here where the original air hole on the outer sleeve is placed, it's almost directly on top of the post. Now let me skim ahead to another picture. Okay. Now this picture here, they show that the hole is right here. Well, that post is right there where the hole is. Now, the coils that it comes with, of course, we all know that coils that are pre-built in these drippers never work out too well. But you can see they've got the coil over here. There's no hole here for that coil. And there certainly isn't any hole right up here for the other coil. And that's because the hole that should be up here is actually over here that you can't see, that's right on top of this post. A little bit more proof here. In this picture, the hole there, right next to the post. The hole here, right next to the post. So there's no way that the holes on this match up for any kind of coiling, which would be very bad. And now these are the original holes that comes with the adjustable airflow. Little tiny holes, which I'll cover more in the review. Speaking of which, let's get back to the review. Okay. Now, you see here, these are the air holes that I had to have a friend of mine drill on the outer on the outer on the outside area, but the holes that originally came with it were here and here. You can see those have been filled in. There. There and there. Okay? Now, if you look at where those holes are, it's like one of them's right there. That goes where one of the posts are. Right there. Let me get a break out a screwdriver here and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Okay. Now, like, okay. Right there is where one of those holes were. Now you can see that that's lined up with one of the posts right there. It does not go to an area where a coil would be. Okay? So if I was to build this with how they intended for it to work, the airflow would go over the posts and it wouldn't hit your coil at all. I hate to say this, Kamry, but what the fuck were you thinking? That's like an epic fail, Kamry. And I have seen all these photos on these drippers and they're all made the same way. Now let me show you something else about this. Okay. You know that most of your standard drippers are made with Phillips screwdrivers. Phillips head screws. They have these with flathead, okay? Here again, Kamry is trying to be different. Kamry, we don't want to have flathead screws for our drippers. Put this back on here. Oops. Getting my cotton all messed up here. Now the other thing that I'm going to point out here is that on this piece here, the adjustable airflow, okay, if you look at these holes, I'm going to have to hit the focus here. There we go. Okay, if you look at the adjustable airflow here, alright, they start off with a 0.2 air hole. Then they go to a 0.4. And a 0.6 Now, I had to have these enlarged as well, okay? But originally, this air hole here was a 0.8. I had to have that drilled out to a 2mm air hole. But originally, that air hole that was right there was a 0.8 air hole. Okay? Now, I will say this. The one thing they did get right about this is that the chamber is nice and reduced. That's the one good thing they did get right about this. Now, I'll tell you what. I don't like the design that they have where this top cap is like higher up than the rest of it, but it works. And it is hard as can be to get these two pieces together in there. Like, you know, it's a little bit hard to get them together like that, but that is the complete unit there. Now, like I said, I had to have these drilled out where it would match up with the coils. So, and then this drip tip comes with it. So, but, and then this here is not adjustable. The 510 connection, that is not adjustable. So, and there's no airflow on the 510 connection. So basically, out of the box, the X2 does not work. You have to make improvements to it. And I'm talking machinist. You have to make machinist type improvements to this atomizer for it to work. So, buyer beware. Kamry X2 is not a good atomizer straight out of the box. Now, if you make the improvements that I've made to it, then it will vape like the Nimbus will. You know, it'll vape like the Patriot will. It'll vape like the Igo W5 will. It's pretty solid. It's made from 303 stainless steel. It's got a little bit of a funky design to it, you know, but it works if you make these improvements to it. So let's pan back out to a regular view now. So that is the X2. And I mean, it, you know, it holds quite a bit of juice. It's got a great taste, great flavor to it. But the problem is that, you know, that I find with a lot of the products that Kamry makes as atomizers is that they're either right or they're wrong completely. And you know, the top cap, you know, the chamber, they got that right. They got that right. But as far as the rest of it goes, it's a good atomizer if you do machinist type improvements to it, which is crazy, you know. And I'll tell you what, to have to fill one of these things in where they put the original air holes on the outer casing, and then to have to drill out new air holes and drill out air holes where they put the adjustable air holes, that's just insane, you know. So, but you know, it's a low-cost atomizer. I mean, not a lot of stores have it just as of yet. I've seen a few shops carry it. I mean, I'm not going to post any links or anything like that. If you want to find one for yourself, just Google Kamry X2. That's all you got to do. I did not buy mine through Kamry. I did not buy mine through a vape shop. I got it through iWing because I got some other stuff through iWing. Some stuff you'll be seeing in upcoming reviews. So, here's what it vapes like. I'll do that again, but this way. It puts out quite a bit of vapor. You know, in a lot of ways, it acts like the Nimbus, the Patriot. It's a tri-post atomizer that just, you know, in my opinion, was royally fucked over. I mean, there's no other way to put it. So, bearing that in mind, draw your own conclusions. I haven't seen any other reviews done on the X2 on YouTube, so I figured I would throw this up there and show you what improvements I had to get done to it to make it work right. I mean, it is a 22mm atomizer. It's a dripper, and you can shove quite a bit of cotton in there. You know, here. We'll show you how I have it set up here. Alright. This is without the whole entire top cap. So, there you go. That's a ton of cotton. And you can see that the coils are positioned high up from the deck. And that's because of how high up the air holes are on the outside. I mean, it's a pretty tall dripper, you know, all things considered. But the deck does curve inward, as you've seen on the photos that I posted before I showed you the improvements that I made. So there's a ton of room to work with. I just hate the fact that they used those flathead things, and you have to lay the wire down in these posts. It's incorrigible. Really, Kamry, what are you doing over there, Kamry? I mean, come on, Kamry. If you're gonna make an atomizer, do it right. Okay, that's all I want. You know, I want an atomizer that's gonna be right. I mean, if you're gonna make a budget style atomizer that's going to be something of a high quality atomizer, then you have to do things a certain way. If you don't, then you come up with something that just like epic fail. And sorry, out of the box, no way. There's just no way in hell that it works out of the box. You have to do machinist improvements on this atomizer. So that's my rant. I hope you enjoyed the review. Please subscribe to my YouTube, and as always, you guys know what time it is. Happy vaping.